Oh, this review is gonna suck. No, I'm not angry that I saw the movie. I'm just mad that everybody's saying it's amazing and it's just... It's good? I don't have much to say on the fucking matter. Oh god, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I've wasted my life so I'd have liked Mission Impossible Fallout a lot more if there were less of it. Despite its entangling plot and spectacular set pieces, it drags on far longer than it should, and culminates with a silly countdown race against time sequence that we've seen far too many times. It isn't a bad movie though, I did enjoy it and think it's good, but it ain't great. But the critics are wrong to call this one of the best action movies ever made, or even that it's the best in the franchise. The Mission Impossible films have always been goofy spectacles, pushed by spy jargon secrecy, filled with backstabbings, betrayals, whodunits, cloaked reveals, and twists more than any of us can stomach to remember. To me, the series peaked with Ghost Protocol, the 5th movie that Brad Bird made. That's the one where Tom Cruise incredibly scaled the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. And yes, that's him up there, out of his mind and risking his life for that scene. I saw it in IMAX when it came out and screamed all the way through those terrifying moments. Can you hear that? My cat's in heat. Because Cruise was really up there, and the entire time I really thought he was gonna fall. Fallout never had me even close to that level of investment. But let me get into some of the positives. Fuck the positives, a brief overview for a second. These Mission Impossible films have always been mired in complicated storylines. To call them convoluted is an understatement. I'm not even sure if you laid out all the plots from the first one until this one, the 6th fucking movie, that they would even make sense. I freely admit that never during any of the Mission Impossibles have I ever not been confused. And just who the fuck is Ethan Hunt? Even with Fallout, you've got to pay attention if you want to keep up. I kept up and I was still lost. And it doesn't help that Rebecca Ferguson and Michelle Monaghan look really similar. On to the movie itself. I'm not sure how much of this plot I can coherently repeat here, but I'll try. I'm gonna need help with this, okay? I could feel myself screwing this up already. Here we go. Ethan Hunt gets briefed on his latest mission, to stop the sale of 3 plutonium cores to a terrorist group calling themselves the Apostles, run by Solomon Lane, who Hunt captured in the last movie, Rogue Nation? Was that him? Oh my god, I seriously don't remember. Hunt goes with Benji and Luther as fake buyers to get the plutonium. But it all goes wrong, and Hunt must make a choice to save Luther's life or the plutonium. He chooses to save Luther.
And in doing so, made you the fiercest woman in the galaxy.
I'm just kidding. This is Thanos in my head. Cursed with knowledge. And in doing so allows the terrorists to steal the cores, which will allow them to build nukes in an extremely short amount of time. Although formerly run by Lane, who is imprisoned now, remember. I'm never gonna finish this review. The Apostles are acting on behalf of their newest client, some guy named John Lark, who plans on buying the cores from them. Is it an alias? Is it even a real person? Who is he? No one knows. Okay? With me so far? This is the first 10 minutes of the movie. Look at that, look at that. The battery's dying because I left the fucking camera on this whole fuck... Oh man, why am I so fucking incompetent? Why can't I just sit down and film a comprehensive review that isn't disjointed and cut from multiple different fucking days and wearing the same fucking shirt for weeks on end because I can't film in one fucking go? What is wrong with me? Holy fucking shit. No one's gonna watch this. I'm gonna be working at a gym for the rest of my life. Ah! I'm sorry. I do apologize. It was the daily panic attack. These seem to be mandatory things with my filming. Hunt's fuck-up is alright, because they've also captured Nils DeBrook, the nuclear weapons expert who was working with the terrorists to build those nukes. Hunt and Luther interrogate him, And the movie has some good fun with how it all plays out. It's really cool how they extract information out of this guy. And this scene, I think, is a big reason why people trek out to these movies in the first place. From him, they learned that... What am I supposed to do? From him, they learn that John Lark is set to meet up with the White Widow. Keeping up with these names so far? In Paris for a deal on the cores. She's the broker between him and the Apostles. Alec Baldwin returns as Hunley, the former director of the CIA and now the secretary of the IMF. Am I right with this shit so far? Oh god, someone help me, please! You know, this is too much. Gotta have a script. Gotta have a script to talk about this. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. This is a little bit of a storyline thing, outlining all the points that I need to talk about with this plot. Alright. Alright, okay. I'll follow this. Okay, alright. Hunley praises Hunt for his failure to stop the sale at the beginning. He calls his ability to choose saving one life over thousands his greatest asset, and the reason he has kept him around. I think it's neat that the movie avoids the obvious cliche here that would find Baldwin chewing out Cruise for saving his friend over the mission. At least that's the approach the new CIA director Erica Sloan has. Angela Bassett. She believes Hunt and his team should have died for the mission. That's the job. And will not allow him to go to Paris to get the plutonium. Not without her man, Walker. Henry Cavill, not Superman for once. Thank God. The pairing of these two action stars is fascinating and close to legendary, since Cruise has been around forever, and at 56 years old is an aging veteran in his craft. While Cavill is still up and coming, at 35 he is still in his prime, and were it not for his misfortune of being in Man of Steel, one of the very worst movies ever made, his career would be along much further than it is now. He is a far better actor than his role as Superman would have us believe. He may get to Cruise's level one day, I think. Back to the Impossible story. Cruise and Cavill perform a halo jump to get to the rendezvous of Lark and the Widow, and as is in Cruise's nature, the jump is real. That's really him leaping out of a military plane at 25,000 feet. What the flying fuck? He performed the jump around 106 times to get the right take. And what a take! It's one unbroken shot of Cruise leaping, and then falling through a lightning storm, and saving an unconscious Cavill in the process. The writer-director Christopher McQuarrie said they shot the scene at dusk every time, which gave them only 3 minutes of the right light to use each day, and the skydiving cameraman had to be 3 feet from Cruise in order to keep the camera in focus, while performing all of his actions backwards so it could be filmed, with about a 3-inch margin of error. What fucking madmen. What's also insane is that the crew had to make all new equipment for Cruise to use in that sequence, in order to clearly film his face from a jump that high. Everything you're seeing Tom wear in this sequence did not exist before filming, McQuarrie says. The scene comes out great though, and is wonderful to see on an IMAX screen. Oh god. I took so long to film this that I got my cat spayed, so yeah, she's fucking pissed. She's under that table right now, and she ain't coming out. Well, she hates me more than anything now, so whatever. And oh, right, there's a story. Oh, God. Do I have to talk about this? You see, it's much more interesting to talk about these stunts than watch the movie, and good thing I got my script here to help me out. Let's see here. Alright, where are we? Halo jump. Secretary. White Widow. Ah, the fundraiser. The money melon. Camper canvas. 80,000 bucks. I'm on a steak out here. Hunt and Walker make it to Paris. The fundraiser is at the Grand Palais. Palais? I ain't French. Inside of which is a great rave-like party. The lighting and music of this scene is on point. It feels and looks like a rave in a place like that would. Pretty awesome dance scene. Pretty cool how Cruise and Cavill can't hear each other through their headpieces and lose track of each other real quick. You know, because it's loud, it's a rave. Sometimes movies ignore the... Fucking... Cooler still is them scouting the area and following who they think is Lark into the men's bathroom. And it is here that the much promoted fight involving them takes place. The fight between Cruz and Cavill and the guy they think is Lark is one of the best scenes in the whole movie. And what a fucking fight! What an amazing idea that this random guy could win a 2v1 versus Cruz and Cavill. And the scene is so well shot and choreographed that you can really believe it. The whole audience loved this sequence from beginning to end. How I wish they kept the sound effects when he does this. Because, you know, doesn't make that sound in the movie. It's just sort of like... fucking gritty, awesome scene. Just so well filmed, so well thought out. It goes on for a while and it just like, it's amazing. You're like on the edge of your seat during it. It's just this random dude is beating Superman and fucking Tom Cruise in a 2v1. And you believe it? It's genius. I think at this point I will have to discontinue describing the movie as I have been to avoid spoilers. Because from here on out, the twists keep coming, and they don't stop. I'll give a vague overview of some of what happens next. Let me see here. Group scene about Ethan's identity. Lane plans to detonate the nukes over a glacier, contaminating the water supply of Pakistan, India, and China. Anarchy will ensue and a new world order will emerge. Fight scene at fundraiser. Fight scene at fundraiser! Cruz's subsequent meetup with the Widow is a bit of a bizarre encounter, considering it's a slow series of people getting killed during a fundraiser, and man, does it take a while before the crowd starts screaming and gets the hint to run out. Although I do like how Macquarie blurs out the image when Cruz speaks to the Widow about her being in danger, and pulls the focus on just one of them. I think he did something similar during a key encounter near the end of Rogue Nation. But I don't remember most of that movie, so maybe I'm wrong. The Widow wants Solomon Lane. Otherwise, Hunt ain't getting that plutonium. There's more to this, isn't there? Now Hunt has to break Lane out of an armored car to bring to the Widow to get those cores. What the fuck is this plot? As they're planning it, an imagined scenario plays out before us of their interception of the cops with Lane. The music here is great as well, composed by Lorne Balfe, but the actual events of their recapture of Lane play out quite differently. This all leads to an unnecessarily extended chase scene in Paris, and is one of the movie's major shortcomings. Even though it is well shot and mostly well staged, it goes on for fucking ever. I almost checked out even before the halfway point. There are only so many ways a motorcycle can be stopped by traffic and drive again through speeding cars and side roads before it becomes a repetitive bore. Oh, stop me. Stopped again. Sideways. Forward. Oh, another traffic light. Oh, look, a pothole. Go, gotta go this way. That way. Oh, slow down because Tom Cruise is actually crazy enough to ride into oncoming traffic without a helmet. And so, you know, he's going slower than normal. Am I conveying how boring this was? Even though that's Cruz really riding that bike without a helmet, and at one point really veering through cars as he's driving into oncoming traffic, I just wasn't all that riveted. Just gotta be honest, I didn't give a shit. And then Cavill is on a bike as well, and then Elsa shows up too and there's more biking. And do you see how this can become so boring so fast? God, I guess I gotta talk about Elsa. Nah, I really don't have to talk about Elsa. Cruz ends up running on foot. He still dashes madly like Robert Patrick's Terminator. And it's wild to know he actually broke his ankle while performing that jump you see him make from one building to another. What's more wild still is that his doctor told him to wait 9 months for it to heal. But Cruz refused to halt production for longer than 6 weeks, and filmed the entire foot chase with a broken ankle that hadn't fully healed. Macquarie remarks, every shot in the foot chase, except the scene where he breaks his ankle, was shot after he broke his foot. It's his right ankle. Every time he puts weight on his right ankle, I want you to subconsciously say, ow. Jesus fucking Christ. You see what I mean? I'm having a better time reading about these stunts than actually watching them. Because in the movie, they're good. Alright, you know. Not like the most riveting thing I've ever seen, but reading this shit is fascinating. Jesus Christ. The recapture of Lane, and the brief interrogation Hunt and his team get with him is another great moment. Lane is played by Sean Harris, and his raspy, unique voice and empty eyes work so well here. Solomon Lane, the fallout of your good intentions. We have people everywhere. It's the same scene in Quantum of Solace.
and the blood will be on your hands. The fallout of all your good intentions.
The first thing you should know about us is that we have people everywhere.
Quantum of Solace, more like Quantum of Shit. His conversation with Hunt is kind of great. A striking performance from a guy who's in a straitjacket for most of the runtime. Alright, maybe she doesn't hate me. And she's biting me. Oh, she's biting my leg, alright. Do your worst, foul beast. Alright. I'll film it with her attacking me, whatever. I'll talk about one more scene. It's that one shortly after the interrogation, with all the major players in the room. Baldwin, Cruise, Cavill, Pegg, Rames, and Ferguson. Like the rest of the movie, there's a whole lot of talking. And if you pay close enough attention, this entire passage of time is amazing. It must be some 20 minutes of theories and conspiracies about the real identity of Hunt and Walker and Lark. The reveals here make for the best of the film. I was hooked. Oh god, the Popeyes! But it's also because it was built to by some great dialogue between Cavill and Bassett earlier on. There's just so much talking in this movie that I panicked when I realized how lost I was. But this scene grounded the movie. Well, most of it anyway. And gave me a reason to stay invested. And I think around there is where the movie should have neared its climax. Or found another way to end. Because the damn thing goes on for what must be another hour after that point. And I just can't care about ridiculous bomb countdown scenes that I already know the ending to anymore. Even the helicopter chase scene at the end, praised by all, is a little more than mildly entertaining. It's shot beautifully and looks epic on the big screen, but you can only make two guys chasing each other in a helicopter interesting for so long. Cruise trained to pilot one of those things for a year and a half before filming that scene. And while I praise him for his stunt work and dedication like that, I just can't pretend that I felt much more than boredom during it all. The copter scene may drag on longest of all, with Cavill missing all of his shots from a machine gun. It is only the conclusion of this sequence that made me jump out of my seat. But then it leads to a letdown of a fist fight, and we again see Cruise scaling a snowy mountainside, which is a callback to him climbing that cliff at the beginning of Mission Impossible 2. Yeah, it's definitely how the helicopter scene ends. That's not in the movie? It ain't in the movie, kids! Where's the truck? Why put that in the trailer if it ain't in the movie? Why do they keep doing that? Oh god, it happened again. The trailer editor was bored during the helicopter scene. He's just like, we gotta throw this shot that doesn't happen of Ethan ramming his helicopter headfirst into a truck. I waited 2.5 hours for that truck. Where's my goddamn truck? The best scene from the trailer! It's not in the movie. Oh, where's the truck? Where's the truck? The whole helicopter chase scene, I was waiting for that truck. And it never came. Oh, why can't you just make a better movie? Oh. But again, I think all these stunts are more fun to read about than see. Because I don't think Fallout nails it like Ghost Protocol did. Or how all the great action films do. I don't really want or need to see this movie again. Ever. I just kind of feel like reading about it. I don't know. Is that wrong? At 2 hours and 27 minutes, this movie was unbelievably stretched out. And it isn't the high-octane kind of action you'd expect from a runtime like that, but instead a much more slowed-down, methodical, calculated series of actions. That can be great and all, but you've gotta know when to cut things short. And quit while you're ahead. They should have shaved off 30 minutes of this thing. Easy. And I'd have liked it. Far more. Overall, sure, you can go see this movie. You don't have to rush to it, and you won't be missing the next biggest thing if you don't get the chance. I wish the filmmakers had restrained the story in their storytelling, and ditched that final act. Which, by the way, has an appearance by a certain character that does more harm than good. Why the fuck is she there? She's just randomly there. And that over-the-top maudlin conversation at the end made me cringe. What a wrong place to end this movie. I will say I liked Mission Impossible Fallout. but I didn't love it. I think the critics are smoking magical rocks to call this the best anything ever made. There are massive echoes to The Dark Knight, Heat, Collateral, and Skyfall in Fallout. And I really liked the touching recap from Luther that the movie finds time for. A lot of this is in tricking the audience, and in lesser hands would be pure manipulation. But we dig it, because we're down for the ride, and we expect it from insane spy thrillers. I also liked how the movie finally questions Hunt's blind acceptance of your mission, should you choose to accept it, and finally gets him thinking why he always accepts. You see, there are great things in here. But I can't pretend I wasn't bored and confused for half the movie. I can't pretend I didn't want it to end much sooner than it did. I can't pretend to love something that I didn't. That is something only a critic can do. I'm not a critic. Where's the truck? So much similarity to James Bond in these films. Seriously, who the fuck is Ethan Hunt? God, Quantum of Solace was so bad. There is that great shot at the end that I won't spoil, but it's like having to do with the bomb. Just tricks you into thinking one thing, and it's really just a wonderful shot. I didn't give a fuck about the end, but that shot was really nice. No, it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. It was good. It wasn't great. All these fucking reviewers calling it the best action film in years. You fucking frauds. 97%. All this garbage. Chris Stuckman calling it amazing. You fucking see that shit? It's just of all the movies to get worked up over, you know what I mean? I'm not even mad at the movie. It's not bad. It's just these fucking critics and these idiots online calling it the greatest action movie ever made of the year of the franchise. And it's just like, no! Great stunts do not equal great movie. I want to make that abundantly clear. I find it more interesting to read about the stunts than to actually view them. And what's an action movie with great stunt work when there is no real story? But let's see what the critics are saying, huh? Alright. Fucking dumbass Rotten Tomatoes pieces of shit. Let's see. Alright. Matthew Raza. There's a lot to like about this plot. As the villain from Mission Impossible 2 memorably put it, he'll no doubt engage in some acrobatic insanity before he'll risk harming a hair on a security guard's head. The good thing about Fallout is that it explores this theme in a relatively intelligent way. Unlike The Last Jedi, on the other hand, there was never any doubt that things will work out in the end for Hunt, which is why it ranks slightly below a truly terrific pop film like Civil War. Oh, you gotta be fired, man. Matthew Ross, same guy. What did he say about Infinity War? Avengers Infinity War, not just a mediocre muddled mess, but possibly a dangerous precedent? Oh, you mean that movies can be great? You fucking fraud? Avengers Infinity War isn't just a gussied up mediocrity being widely mistaken for a good movie. It's also at least arguably a dangerous movie for anyone who cares about the future of American cinema. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god. You're getting paid to write these things. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Here it is again. Captain America Civil War had enough focus on the personalities and ideologies of Captain America and Iron Man to be legitimately good. No, it didn't! That movie was pure eye candy filler! Nothing happened! You praise superficial spectacle over true greatness like Infinity War. Oh my god. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Oh, Matthew Raza. You're blacklisted. Oh my god. I'm gonna make a list of every single one of these fucking assholes. Every one of them. Every one of these hypocrites. What the hell are you doing? You can't be getting paid to talk so wrongly about film. Like, start your own little blog or website and no one will read your shit because you're an idiot, but at least you can have a place to talk about this. Like, you should be getting paid to shit on great films and praise mediocrity. What is this? Oh god, I gotta keep reading. Yet Avengers Infinity War is more sinister than these projects because A, its scale is far greater. Well, no shit, that's why it's amazing. And B, its box office triumph is likely to be several orders of magnitude larger. Because A, for those movies was merely a fog surrounding the larger story, is for this one virtually the entire experience. Because of B, we're likely to see a lot more movies like this one. What are you fucking talking about? Dude, you're a fucking tool, man. Literally condemning Infinity War for doing the greatest thing I have ever seen a superhero film do. One of the greatest in all of cinema. And you're praising Civil War and Mission Impossible Fallout for not taking any risks and being pure eye candy. Oh my god, you... Blacklisted, you're fucking fired, dude. Just get out of here. On to the next prick. We were on Barry Hertz and Adam Graham. Okay, Adam Graham. Adam fucking Graham. His review writes, Mission Impossible Fallout is pure bliss. A breathless breakneck blast of pure summertime thrills. Mission Impossible Fallout is an action junkie's dream come true. The action is so riveting it excuses a standard issue climatic device involving a ticking bomb countdown. No shit. Fallout, the longest Mission Impossible movie at just under 2.5 hours, not only lives up to its predecessors, it's one of the best action films in years. Bless this franchise, we're truly not worthy. Okay. Okay, then he must have loved Infinity War, right? Yeah, he had to, because it's just a better, objectively greater film in every possible way, but let's... Overkill drags down bloated Avengers Infinity War? Massive but unruly Avengers film? Bigger isn't always better? Oh no. The plot is exceedingly bloated for long stretches in the film's middle and during its finale, with simply too much going on for anything to really gel? What the fuck are you smoking, kid? Okay, so he does talk about how the movie feels it's like something's at stake, and that Thanos is a great villain. What is this? This motherfucker. Mission Impossible Fallout, grade A. Who are these people getting paid to write about nothing? Nothing! How can you praise eye candy spectacle with no stakes, and then the movies that actually do everything, you're like, no, it doesn't matter. I'm in the Twilight Zone. This just can't be real. These morons cannot be famous people praised on Rotten Tomatoes. Probably getting paid more than I ever will in a year to write these things. Listen. It's okay if you think Infinity War is not the greatest superhero film ever made. But it's not okay for you to say it's bad and then go on to praise Civil War for being good and Mission Impossible for being great. No one will remember Civil War. No one will really remember Fallout. Everyone will remember Infinity War. Even you fuckers. I'm just gonna get angry. This is getting bad. I can't. Reading off my computer, but I printed out the reviews as well. Adam Graham. Pure bliss. Adam Graham, you can suck my dick. Look at this. And that's the problem with Avengers Infinity War. It's too much. Too many characters. Too much action. Too much everything. It's a superhero surplus with too many heroes and not enough screen. It's Infinity Overload? Grade C+? There were too many characters. I couldn't keep track of them all. I'm a failure. What the fuck is wrong with you? Here's what I think of your review. Oh, that was my script. Oh god, you gotta talk about Jans and Stuckman. Jeremy Jans said he couldn't find any flaws with the movie? What the fuck? The movie never ended, dude! Chris Stuckman says, it's one of the best action movies ever made. Oh, you idiot. These critics saying, how are they gonna top this? Oh, they could easily top this. I sound so mad at this movie, but I'm not mad at the reception. It's a good movie. It's not great. Great stunt work does not mean great film. The filmmaking is good. It's not like mind-blowing. I don't think I ever have to see this movie again. It's not overrated or overhyped, but more of, why? Are we so disillusioned with the prospect of great modern blockbusters that this passes as the gold standard? People calling this the best action movie in years. Are you out of your minds? The stunts are more interesting to talk about than watch. I find myself more fascinated reading the articles about the behind-the-scenes shooting than I did sitting in the theater in IMAX watching them. What the fuck is that shit? I have a feeling the behind-the-scenes DVD features will be more entertaining than the movie. But yeah, I'm definitely blacklisting some people. Oh, for absolute sure. Gonna blacklist every one of these fucking moron critics, reviewers, whoever these people are. How are you getting paid to be so fucking wrong about everything? And yeah, you can be wrong about films. It does go to that point. There is redemption, you know, if they come out a while from now and they're just like, yeah, I was wrong about Infinity War and it's actually amazing, and then, you know, there is redemption. But if you keep shitting on the movies that people will remember and then praising the ones they don't, why do you exist? I don't understand. You'd get fired in any other job. Why are you getting paid? This is the Twilight Zone, man. What the? And then they're gonna fucking tell me La La Land is a great movie, you fucking idiots. Hollywood cancer. They're all bought off, you see, and it's not just money that buys these people off. They threw their morals away so long ago because all they care about is their other cohorts. They write reviews for other reviewers. They write their critiques are for other critics. They're not for anybody. And you just read it and you're like, how could someone be so fucking stupid? I wouldn't mind if you were stupid, if you admitted you were wrong and you learned from your mistakes or something. It's like they write it and they think their opinion matters. It's incredible. It's just, oh my god. No, I'm sorry. I can't forgive you if you fail to see the greatness of Infinity War, but then you praise things like La La Land or Civil War, or like you just blow your load for Fallout. Like I can't take anything you say seriously. Like you're gone. Like you just go on your own website, and you shouldn't be writing for fucking Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, they're all like that. Is fucking majority. I just can't. It gets me so mad. And then the Academy voters are even worse. They're all morons too. These are the kind of people where release date, genre, the people involved are more important than the movie itself. They don't care about the movie themselves because they saw Infinity War and they're like, oh, it's a superhero movie, therefore it can't be good. That's what they thought right before they walked into the theater. And that bias went through so much that the movie is so amazing they came out and they're like, they're not great. And then they're so stupid that Mission Impossible Fallout is a movie that is acceptable to say is amazing. It's like, oh, the other critics are calling it the best action movies in years. I've got to say that too. Or, oh, La La Land came out in December with 2 likable actors. Who cares if it's a fucking cancerous movie that no one's going to remember with not memorable music? But the Academy will love it, so I've got to love it too. And it's just... your credentials should be stripped from you. This is pathetic. Why am I even talking about this? Just... y'all should be ashamed. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Who the fuck were these people? Matthew Raza and Adam Graham and Barry Hertz, whoever the fuck you are. I'm going to make a list at the end of the year. When I compose my top 10 of the year, and maybe my bottom 10 if I see enough bad movies. I haven't really seen that many bad movies this year. So surprise, surprise. It's actually been a great year for movies so far. I mark my words. I will create a PDF file and blacklist these motherfuckers and put the reasons why their opinions should never be taken into account ever again. And like, yeah, go ahead and keep writing all your garbage. I don't care, but just no one should listen to you, honestly. Like, holy fuck. Oh my god. Gonna blacklist you all. Yeah, who's going on the list? Anybody that had La La Land in their top 10 of 2016. Anybody at the end of this year who does not have Infinity War at the top 10 at the end of this year because it shows how fucking stupid you are. Anyone who praised even for a second Man of Steel. If you said one good thing about Man of Steel, you're gone. Or Les Mis, you're gone. There are more movies we can get into. Sucker Punch, obviously you're dead to me. But I have this problem with people praising Hollywood cancer just because it's Hollywood cancer. Like, you're a fucking fake. And then also, you not praising things like Infinity War just because it's a superhero film. You're also a fucking fake. There's no difference between you and the person who says black and white movies and silent films and foreign films are bad just because they're silent and black and white and foreign. You're the same as when you say a superhero movie can't be good because it's a superhero movie. Nobody cares what you think. And then people who, I don't want to say overrate or overhype, people who go way too far in praising a movie they should not. I can't tell you the number of times I go to the movies because all these critics like, it's fucking amazing, you gotta see it. And then I see it and I'm like, it was good. And then if you read or see any of my reviews, I'm honestly telling you that this movie is good. You can go see it. You won't regret seeing it. But it ain't amazing. It ain't gonna, knock your socks off. You're not gonna, go to your friends, oh my god, you gotta fucking see this movie. You're just gonna be like, I saw Mission Impossible Fallout. I liked Henry Cavill. The stunts were cool. And that'll be the extent of the conversation. And again, you should probably just buy the DVD. I'm telling you, the behind the scenes, I'm telling you right now, are going to be way better than the movie. I'm telling you that. It's just, you can't be doing that. It's important. This is why film criticism is dead. Because you can't keep doing this. It's over. This is why people are so disillusioned with the critics and with fanboys, and all these people can't think for themselves. And no, you're not thinking for yourself when you say Infinity War is bad, and then you say Civil War is great, and then you say Mission Impossible is one of the best movies ever made, and then when you say La La Land is worth calling the best movie of 2016. No! No! You do not think for yourself. Oh my god. It's not about disagreeing with me. I don't care if you disagree with me. Prove me wrong. Okay? Tell me why you loved the movie. What is this meaningless shit? You don't talk about anything. Just garbage. This is just what it is. Just this hypocritical garbage. I'm so fucking sick of it. This is why I didn't want to, make a YouTube channel on this shit, because I feel like I'm going to be the one called, the controversial figure or whatever. Even though I'm literally telling you the truth. Everything I've said is true. And then, sprinkled in with my opinion. But I'll tell you when it's my opinion. And then I'll tell you when it's a fact. And it's just, these idiots. Oh my god. I find it strange that I have to say these things out loud. Why do I have to be the one talking? The onus is on you to tell me to go see La La Land in theaters, which you all did, and you were wrong. I should not have wasted my time or my money on that fucking cancer. And then you say Infinity War is a mess and not worth seeing, and there's too much of it. And if I had missed Infinity War, I would have blamed all of you. Like, it is the greatest superhero film ever made. It's already the best movie of this year. Honestly, if I see a better movie in 2018, this might be one of the greatest years for cinema ever. I've seen mostly really good movies this year. And I've been going to the movies a lot, and I need to go even more. I need to catch up. I got like a dozen more movies to see in the next couple weeks, but it's just mind-blowing. The incompetence. It's so fraudulent. I can't even believe I have to resort to using words like frauds or hacks or whatever that everybody else says. But it's true. You're fucking idiots. I just don't understand it. These people watch these 6 out of 10 movies, call them 10s. Then they see 10 out of 10 movies, call them 4s. And then they see 7 out of 10 movies, also call them 10s. And it's not like I'm crazy. Most people agree with me that Infinity War is fucking incredible. And I bet you most people will be on the same page about Fallout. You don't count let's not count Stuckman and Jans, because they only, they have a masses to appeal to. Like, they're going to sugarcoat what they say. They're going to overpraise things. So when Stuckman says Fallout's one of the best action movies ever made, he's wrong. And I don't believe that he even thinks that. So, yeah, you know what? You can still see the movie. You guys will probably like it. I think I've wasted my time again.